everyone, Eva here. Welcome back to my channel. I have for you guys today a review on the foundation that I am currently wearing. If you guys want to know what foundation that is and what my thoughts are, then please just keep on watching. So we're going to start with D2, and this is called Sun Beige, and it's the darkest of the three that I have. And I'm just going to put it on the back of my hand to show you guys what it looks like. Try to get a little bit of product out because a lot comes out in the first pump, and I don't know if you guys can see that. Once I get all three on my hand, I will zoom in so you guys can get a really up close look at it. So as you can see, this one has a lot of, rub it a little bit, a lot of bronze or brown undertone in it. Let me just wipe that off. So now we're going to go with the second to lightest shade, and that is D1, and this one is called Creamy Beige. And I'm going to put that on the back of my hand as well, right next to it, so you guys can see. I'm making a mess. You guys should see how I'm getting foundation everywhere. So this is D1, and this is Creamy Beige, and you see the difference. This one has more bronze brown in it, orange tone, and this is definitely more in the beige. And I'm just really patting it so you guys can really see that. Okay, so let's get that off my finger, and now we're going to go with the last shade that I'm going to show you, and that is M6, and this is the one, the Perfect Beige, that I would see a lot of people getting, who like this would be the most popular shade is what I'm trying to say. So then this is M6 on the back of my hand, and this one is just a little bit, in my opinion, a little bit lighter than D1, if you can see. So I think I could probably get away with either or, but the true test for me is once I put it on my face, and then I will know. So let me just wipe that off and show you guys real quick. So this is all three colors. I'm gonna zoom in my camera a little bit so you guys can really see these up close if they're not showing up that great right now from this distance. That's D2, D1, and M6, and if you see in the lighting, you can see the difference. Like the one in the middle to me seems like it's very like a neutral beige, while this one is leaning more yellow to me, more like a peachy yellow, and this one is leaning more, in my camera's looking more like orange bronze. So I think the more neutral one is D1. So now I'm going to put all three swatches, long swatches on my face. So now what I'm going to do is going to take each shade and swatch it on the side of my face, because that's usually how you test the foundation, to show you the difference. And for reference, I am an NC42 in MAC, and I can use an NC40 when I haven't been in the sun at all, but I like the NC42 more because I find that it just warms up my skin tone, whereas an NC40, I feel like unless I've completely pale, it tends to wash me out, in my opinion. So I'm going to start with the darkest one, and this is D2, and we're just going to put a stripe of that along my face. Now you have to be very careful with the pump because it does dispense a lot of product. So I'm going to put it right there so you guys can really see. And this is how you would test a foundation out in the store. So that's D2 right there. As you can see, it looks very orange on me without even blending it in. And I probably could use it, but I don't think it will look very natural. And then we're going to now put a stripe of D1, the Creamy Beige. And this is the one that I think is going to really match me the best. And I have to right here. I'm trying to not put them so close together, but you see the difference when you put it up against the skin, how much difference there is. Definitely more golden orange, and this is more of a neutral beige. Now let's do the last one, which is M6. I'm just cleaning my fingers off in between, and this is Perfect Beige, and I know that this is the one that a lot of people are going to gravitate towards, what I was saying earlier. And I'm going to put that one right here, closer to my mouth. And usually what they tell you, that the best shade would be the one that disappears into your skin right away. But as you can see, these are heavy swatches, so you guys can see all three of them. So that's D2, D1, and this is M6. And I'm going to look in my mirror down here and see this one, like I said, has more orange in it. This one is definitely more of a neutral, and this one to me, if you guys can notice that, the one closer to my chin, M6, it has definitely more of a peachy undertone, in my opinion. So now what I'm going to do, since I feel that it's hard for me to decide which one to do with it, whether it's M6 or D1, I'm going to put D1 on my right side of my face and M6 on the left side of my face so you guys can see the difference, and then we will take it from there to see which one is. So for the sake of the video, I just pulled my hair back so it was bothering me a little bit. So before I apply the foundations, I'm not going to put any primer on. I usually do put a primer on when I'm going to do my regular makeup, but I want to see what the staying ability of the foundation is without a primer. So we're going to put D1 now on my right side of my face, and I'm not going to take that much. I'd rather build. I'm just gonna look down here, and while I stipple that on my face, and then I'm gonna take my flat top kabuki from Sigma. This is the F80, and I'm just going to buff that into my skin. And I don't notice any distinguishing scents or anything to this foundation. And I have to say, just applying it, it feels really good. Like, I mean, just look at from here to there. You can see that it's not like 100% perfect, but I don't think it's too dark either or too light. So what I like about it is that it immediately makes this side of my face, it made it look like I've been in the sun, as you can see that. So this is just one application of the D1 on my face, and I have to say it feels nice. It's not bad. Now it's very sheer. I don't know if you can notice, like I still have some redness right here, and I don't expect it to cover up my dark circles. I just use concealer for that, but I think it looks, you know, not too bad. So if you're looking for something that is buildable, I think so far this foundation is buildable. So now I'm going to put a second layer over that one to see if it starts to cake up. And I'm just using like a pea size amount. I really prefer to just take a little bit and build up. And I don't feel like I really need it on my forehead. I feel like I need it more there. So I'm going to go again with my brush and buff that in. And I'm just looking down in my mirror down here. Now definitely with a second layer, I have to say that even though I have very dry skin, it does not look patchy in any of my usual dry spots, which is my forehead and my cheek. And I have to say that it did went in and it covered a little bit more on the red spots. Definitely have to say that it looks really, really good. So now I'm going to go with the M6 because I want to do a comparison for you guys so you guys can really get the full effect of this foundation. For those of you who are torn what shade you should get if you're in my shade range. So now this is M6 Perfect Beige. I'm going to put it on this side of my face, and again we're just going to do like a pea size amount, and this is what it looks like, about that much. And we're just going to stipple that there, a little bit on the forehead. I really concentrate most of the time my foundation on this side. My forehead doesn't really need that much. So now we're going to go with the angle kabuki, the F84 from Sigma. And I got a little bit extra on my fingernails, so I'm just going to wipe that off. And we're just going to buff it in with this brush. Eyelash got in my eye. Now, as you can see, just from here to me, even looking down here, I don't see a difference. So I'm going to apply one more shade of one more pump, I mean, of the Perfect Beige, just to balance it out, because there's a couple of spots here I just want to cover up. But this foundation, just on my face, it feels really nice. I like that it's not looking cakey, and that I do like that it is not showing any of my dry spots. And I do not have a primer on either, which is awesome, because usually I have to put a primer on for a foundation to not show my dry patches. looking down in this mirror here, I can see a slight difference, not huge. This side of my face, and I don't know if it's coming across in the camera, I'm looking like I have more of a tan, and on this side of my face I'm looking more like my everyday, you know, complexion. So I'm leaning towards, like, if you don't want to look as tanned, I'm leaning towards that the M6 would be a perfect match for anyone who's an NC40, NC42. But if you want to have like a little bit of a more of a bronzier effect and you're light-handed with the application, then definitely pick up the D1, the creamy beige. So I could pretty much, looking at it, I could go with either or. And what I'm liking is that I put 2 applications and I feel like that my skin looks like skin. Like, I feel like I don't have anything on my face, which is a plus, because I hate putting on foundation of any kind, whether it's drugstore, high-end, and it feels like you immediately feel like you have stuff on your face. And I like that without a primer, my skin looks very like, what's the word I'm looking for? It looks radiant, it looks like shiny, it looks like skin. So I'm really impressed with this foundation, just putting it on. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put on concealer and finish up the rest of my makeup, and I'll wait a little bit and then I'll come back and give you my final thoughts on the foundation, how it performed. Okay, so I originally picked up this foundation in Target online, and then I went ahead and I ordered these 2 online because I already knew after trying this one out, this one's going to be way too dark for me on the back of my hand. So as I showed you guys previously, the 3 swatches, I am wearing D1 on this side of my face on the right side and M6 on the left side of my face. Now I think the M6 is the perfect match for me during the winter time when I'm usually an NC40. D1 is a perfect match for me during the summertime because I tend to get a little bit more bronze. So from this distance, I don't know if you guys can tell or not a difference. I just feel like this side is a little more bronze and this side, it just looks a little more natural. So right now, because I am currently NC40, then I would easily wear this color on a daily. And I have to say that I have been wearing it now for quite some time, and I didn't get any creasing. My dry patches did not come through. Like I mentioned before, I did not put a primer on. I didn't do anything spray with any kind of spray or whatever. This is just how the foundation has worn, and I have to say that I'm really impressed with it for a drugstore foundation. Now the price range for this foundation in Target online was $8.49, and I believe it's the same price in Walmart, or it's like 5 cents off, I think, or it's $8.44. I will have the link down below for Target and Walmart, so you can just choose where you want to buy it from. But I think that overall it is a very good foundation. I really was impressed with it, and it has very light to medium coverage. I wouldn't say it's a full coverage unless you really pack it on. So I don't tend to put more than 2 applications of any foundation, because then after that point I think it just starts to really cake up on you. But I have to say I'm really pleasantly surprised. If you guys can see, it does not look cakey at all, and I have very dry skin, and I have to say that I'm just really impressed with this foundation. So I definitely recommend it. And I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but I want to touch on this point as well. The foundation comes in 7 shades in the light section, and 7 in the medium, and 7 in the dark. So I'm pretty sure that you can find a match for yourself. That's why I wanted to show you a total of 3 different foundations so that you guys can see what the color range is, because I know that it's really hard online to pick out one foundation just based on the pictures, because based on the pictures I thought this was going to be the perfect match for me, and it's just a little bit too dark for me. So definitely I recommend this, and if you guys haven't tried it, you should definitely pick it up. So I'm definitely going to keep both shades so that when I'm darker I could use this one, and when I'm lighter I could use the M6. So I think overall this is going to be the universal shade, like I mentioned before, for everyone to use who's in the medium range. So that is my review slash demo slash first impression of this foundation. I hope you guys found this helpful, and if you have any other products that you want me to review, just let me know in the comment section and I will be more happy to do that for you guys. And if you have a video of your own that you've done on this product or any other product or haul or whatever, just let me know and I will check that out as well. So thanks for joining me, and I will see you guys later. Bye.